Good morning. We will start session 2 on chapter probability. So we started with an exercise yesterday. So to proceed with the next sums, that's about the playing cards. So always a small flowchart. What we have to know about the playing card is a deck of playing cards. Whenever we talk about, this is nothing but a deck of playing cards. There are always 52 playing cards. Joker is exceptional in that is not added in the 52 deck of playing cards. In a deck of 52 playing cards, there are 26 black color cards and 26 red color cards, equally divided. Among black color, it is again further classified into spade and club. I just tried to draw the shades because it will give you an idea. So that means out of 22 black cards, we will have 13 spade and 13 club. We will have 13 heart and 13 diamond. Let us take an example for a spade now. What are the different varieties of card in spade as well as club, heart and diamond? So we'll have A, K, Q and J. So these are the cards what we have. Total there are 4 types of these cards. Apart from that, we have number cards, that is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So those will be 9. Put together, when you add them, you get 13 cards, right? The same technique is followed in club, heart and diamond. Why is this necessary? Because it is very important to know the number of cards when they give us what is the probability of getting a red color club card, like that. Red color heart. What is the probability of getting a club card? How many you can get? 13 by 52. Like that you should know. Next, out of that we have some particular names for the card. For example, all the A cards are called as ace cards. So how many ace cards do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ace is present, 1 in spade, 1 in club, 1 in heart and 1 in diamond. So put together we have 4 ace cards. What are face cards then? Face cards are king, queen and jack. So these are face cards. That means you will have together king will be in spade, club, heart, diamond, 4 kings, 4 queens and 4 jack. Put together we have 12 face cards. This flowchart is very important to know. I mean, you should know this. Nobody will ask this flowchart to you in the exam. But you should know this flowchart to answer the questions, right? What I want you all to do is, now we have completed with sum here in yesterday's class. I think 13th sum we are done. 14th sum what we have to start here, that is all about the cards. So before you start the 14th sum, you can just have this as a flowchart in your book and then immediately you can start with the 14th sum. So similarly as I have drawn, you can draw it. We'll quickly begin with the 14th sum. So 14th one card is drawn from a well shuffled deck of 52 cards. So we can write first of all as total number of outcomes. Even though if they have not given as 52 cards, if they have given one card is drawn from a well shuffled deck of cards, you should know that a deck of cards means 52. One card is drawn, total number of outcomes is equal to 52. So find the probability of getting a king of red color. Okay, before that what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to write the formula always, as I had told you. You write the formula, that part I will leave it to you. First one is a king of red color. A king of red color, what you have to write here. So when we talk about red color card, children, king it is. How many king will be there in red color? Only one. I mean 2 will be there. 1 in diamond and 1 in heart. For that, how we write? Number of favorable outcomes. they have mentioned red color and the red which they have not mentioned. How many outcomes will have? 2 outcomes you will have. So probability of an event is equal to 2 by 52. 2 ones are 2, 2s are 4, 2 6 are. Answer is 1 by 26. Right? Next is a face card. How many face cards? Just now we discussed 12 face cards. So you will write here. Again, see when they have asked face card, wherein color is mentioned, red color face card or a black color face card? No, right? Only face cards. So total face cards will come. Number of favorable outcomes. This is very important to write all these things. How many? 12. Probability of an event is equal to 12 by 52. So 3s are 13s are. Okay. 4 3s are 12. What you can give here is, and 4 1s are 4 3s are. Answer is 3 by 13. C1. They have asked a red face card. Now see here. A red face card. How many face cards are there? 12 face cards are there. That means how many red will be there and how many black will be there? Equally divided, 6 red and 6 black. So number of, please write this children, and again I will not be writing here. 6 number of favorable outcomes. Directly I will go with the answer. Probability is 6 by 52. Three by 26 is the answer. Let's see the next what they have asked. The Jack of Hearts. Jack of Hearts. Jack of Hearts is nothing but J. So how many Jack are present in heart? Only one Jack is present. Number of favorable outcomes is equal to 1. Probability of an event is equal to 1 by 52. Wherever you can simplify, simplify. Wherever you cannot, leave it. A spade. How many spade cards are present totally? 13 spade cards. Number of favorable outcomes, 13. Probability of an event is equal to 13 by 52. That is equal to 1 by 4. 13 ones are 13 fours are. Sixth one, a queen of diamonds. How many? In diamond, how many queen are present? Only one queen. I mean, how many queen is present? Only one queen is present. Number of favorable outcomes, 1. Probability of an event is equal to 1 by 52. So do you think that flowchart was so very important to know? Yes. Only because of that we could write this. Right? Similarly is the next one. 15th one is again based on the same deck of playing cards. But they have not given us the complete deck of playing cards here. They have already picked a few cards and out of that we have to check. Five cards, that is at the 10, Jack, Queen, King and Ace of Diamonds. So total number of outcomes, 15th one. So what are the total number of outcomes here? Write down those whatever you have. 10, Jack, Queen, King, and Ace. Totally there are 5 of diamonds. That's important because if the question is asked on spade, then it will be an impossible event. So are faced downwards, one card is picked up at the random. So probability of an event, first of all we'll write the formula. Then we'll go on answering whatever is asked. What is the probability that the card drawn is queen? So number of favorable outcomes. In how many ways you can draw queen? How many queens are present? 1. So probability of an event is 1 by 5 because 5 cards are there. B. If the queen is drawn and put aside. So queen is drawn and put aside. Therefore, from here I draw the queen and I put it aside. That means what are the total number of outcomes what I have now? Total number of outcomes is equal to 5 minus 1, that is equal to 4, and queen is not there in that lot. Okay. Now what they are asking? What is the probability that the second card picked up is a ace card? So here B card, in that first one is ace card. Number of favorable outcomes 1. Probability of an event is equal to 1 by 4 because total number of cards are 4 here. Okay. Next part what they have asked is what is the probability that the card picked is a queen card? How is it possible? Can you have a queen card when the queen card itself is removed from that? So number of favorable outcomes 0. Probability of an event is 0. Impossible event. We cannot have a probability there. Next one. 12 defective pens are accidentally mixed with 132 good ones. We all have such similar sums only here. Defective pens are accidentally mixed with 132 good ones. So it is not possible to just look at the pen and tell whether it is defective or not. First of all, what we will do is we'll write total number of pens. Total number of pens, that is equal to 132 plus 12, that is total number of outcomes. How many? 134. In that, good ones are 132. Defective ones are 12. So together 12 defective pens are accidentally mixed with 132 good ones, right? We have got the list here. It is not possible to just look at the pen and tell whether it is defective or not. One pen is taken out at a random from this lot. Determine the probability that the pen taken out is a good one. So good one. Pen taken out is the good one. So, okay, before that what we are supposed to do? Formula, I forgot. Formula will write. Then pen taken out is the good one. So, number of favorable outcomes are how many? 132. So, probability of an event is equal to 132 upon 144. I think you can cancel this. So, 2 6 are, 2 6 are, 2 7 are, 2 2s are, 33, 2 3s are 6, 2 6 are, 3 11s are, 3 1s are, 3 2s are, 11 by 12. So answer is 11 by 12. That's all they have asked you. Next one. A lot of 20 bulbs contain 4 defective ones. Now here there is not total 24 bulbs. There are 20 bulbs. In 20 bulbs, how many are? 4 are defective. It's a bit different than the previous one. 16th one, sorry 17th one. A lot of 20 bulbs. Total number of outcomes, directly I will write it. That is bulbs. Okay. Number of defective ones. Four. So number of good ones will be how many? 20 minus 4 is equal to 16. Done. What is the probability that the bulb is a defective? First part, write out the formula. Probability of an event. What is the probability that the bulb drawn is defective? So, number of favorable outcomes. Defective, how many are there? 4 are there. So, probability of an event is equal to 4 by 20. Answer is 1 by 5. Suppose a bulb is drawn in and is not defective and it is not replaced. Okay, a bulb is drawn I will write non-defective and not replaced. Therefore, total number of outcomes that is nothing but total number of bulbs. How many it will be? I have drawn a bulb, so from total of the bulb, that is 20 minus 1 is equal to 19. That means from that good one bulb has already gone. Why? Because it is not a defective bulb. Number of good ones, number of good bulbs. 16 minus 1 is equal to 15. Very clear? I have drawn a bulb from the lot and that bulb is not defective. That means it's a good bulb and I have not replaced it. I have kept it aside. Now, what is the probability that the bulb is not defective? So, number of favorable outcomes will be 15. Why? Because how many non-defective bulbs are there? That is good ones. How many are there? 15 are there. So probability of an event is equal to 15 by 19. Many will go wrong here. Assume instead of only we do it here, but we don't remove that bulb from the good ones. That also has to be removed. So answer is 15 by 19, which is to be kept as it is. We'll move to the next one. 18th one. A box contains 90 discs. Total number of outcomes so how many there are? 90. That is 1, 2, 3, 89, 90. Numbers from 1 to 90. If one disc is drawn at a random from the box, find the probability that it bears a 2-digit number. Write the first formula, what it is. Then, what it is? A 2-digit number. So, 2-digit number, when it has to start means it has to start from 10. So, number of favorable outcomes so it has to start from 10, 11 up to 89, 90. So how easy you can count here is go on counting the tens. Tens part you go on counting. 10 to 20 how many? Then 20 to 30 how many? Like that you add, you get up to I think 90, right? 81 numbers. So probability of an event is equal to 81 by 90. So 9 nines are 9 tens are. Answer is 9 by 10. Second part, what they have asked? A perfect square. So number of favorable outcomes. Perfect square. 1 square 1, 2 square 4, 3 square 9, 4 square 16, 5 square 25, 6 square 36, 7 square 49, 8 square 64, 9 square 81, 10 square will be 100, which will not come in this. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Probability of an event is equal to 9 by 90. So 9 ones are 9 tens are. Third one, what they have asked? A number divisible by 5. Number divisible by 5. Number of favorable outcomes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, till where it will come till 90. Count this, you will get approximately, you will not approximately, you will get around 18 numbers. So probability of an event is equal to 18 by 90. 18 ones are 18 fives are. Answer 1 by 5. So done. Next sum. Next sum I'll mark for homework. Just see here. So simple it is. A child has a die whose whose 6 faces show the letters given below. These are the 6 faces. Yeah, it is repeating. That means this comes under deterministic outcome because we have one repeated part. That's okay. We have 6 faces are A, B, C, D, E and A. The die is thrown once. So what is total number of outcome here? 6. A die is thrown once. What is the probability of getting A? How can you get, how many times you can get A? 2 times. 2 by 6. Answer is 1 by 3. Next, probability of getting D. How many times you can get D? 1 by 6. Over. That's all the answer is. So I'll mark 19th one for homework. We'll start with the next one, 20th one. Suppose you drop a die at a random on a rectangular region as shown in the figure. So this is one region given. You have to throw a die in this region. What is the probability that the die will land inside the circle of diameter 1? So diameter 1 means here 1 meter. This is 2 meter and this is 3 meter. It's a rectangle. So first of all, what we will do here is, let us find the total outcome. Total outcome means where all the die can fall. The die can fall here, here, everywhere, right? So question number 20. Total number of outcome is equal to nothing but area of rectangle, that is equal to length into breadth, that is 3 into 2, 6 meter square. Total number of outcome is 6 meter square. Keep it as it is. Let us find first the inner diameter according to what is given. What is the area? Because probability we need to check, right? Area of circle with radius is equal to 1 by 2 meter is equal to pi r square. Always, whenever you want to use the pi value, check within the question if pi value is given. If it is not given, you are not supposed to use anything for pi. Only if it is stated that use pi as 22 by 7 or 3.14, use it. Otherwise, try to keep it as it is. Nothing wrong if you use, but try to keep it as it is. So this is pi into 1 by 4. Directly I have written. pi by 4 meter square is area of circle. Now probability, find the formula. What is the probability that the die will land inside the circle? Die will land or fall inside the circle. Probability of an event is equal to number of favorable outcome is what here? Pi by 4 divided by total number of outcome is 6. That is pi by 4 into 1 by 6. Pi by 24 is the answer. That's all to be kept as it is. No changes in this. Next. A lot consists of 144 ball pens. I'll explain this and you can do this, take this for homework because it is a similar one of defective pens or defective things what we have done till now. A lot consists of 144 ball pens of which 20 are defective and others are good. A lot consists of 144 ball pens out of which 20 are defective and others are good. Means how many are good? You will find 144 minus 20, that is 124 are the good ones. Noori will buy a pen if it is good, will not buy a pen if it is defective. The shopkeeper draws one pen at random and gives to her. What is the probability that she will buy it? 124 by 144. What is the probability that she will not buy it? 20 by 144. A direct question. Mark this for homework. So today's homework is 19th one and 21st one as of now. Let's move to the next question. We have given example 13. Complete the following table. Refer to example 13. Nothing to refer over there. Why? Because in 13th example we had only thrown the die once, but here we are supposed to throw them twice. So complete the following table. What is the event given here is event sum of 2 dice. That means here what is actually happened is we have thrown 2 dice. So total number of outcomes. If 2 dice are thrown simultaneously are total number of 2 dice are thrown. Okay, that much only will find. How many it will be? If 1 die is thrown, it is 6. Then 2 dice are thrown, means it will be 6 2s are 12. No, it will not happen like that. See the outcomes how it will come. Assume that on the first die I get 1, second die also I get 1. First die I get 1, second die I get 2. 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6. That means first possible outcome can be on first die, assume that I get 1 every time. Second die I will get first time 1, second time 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Second possibility can be first die is showing me 1, second die, first die is showing me 2, second will be 1. This will be 2, 2. So can you understand now what the possibility outcomes can be here? So how many it will be? 36 like that. So this will be 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6. Okay. So 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1 and 6, 1. I have written this, children, but you will actually complete this table. Okay, this table you are going to complete that. Now look here. Complete the following table. The sum of 2 dice is 2. Probability of an event is. We will go with the table. We'll just go on writing here only. So probability of an event for the first one, second one, like that we will go with. Okay. Sum is 2. Sum is 2. probability of an event is, in which condition the sum can be 2 here? It is only possible in one condition, that is this one. So how many outcomes? One outcome. So answer will be 1 by 36. Sum is 3. Where all you can get 3? 2 plus 1 is 3. Always see 1 and 1 occurs only one time. 2 plus 1 is 3. 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 plus 1 is also 3. So how many such outcomes? Probability of an event is equal to 2 by 36. Next, sum is 4. So which all conditions here sum is 4? Count. 2 plus 2 is 4. 1 plus 3 is 4. If 1 plus 3 is 4, 3 plus 1 is also 4. So how many you got? 1, 2, 3. Are you understanding my point? How are you getting the sum here? Right? So go on writing those outcomes. Now for the fourth one I will write. So fourth one is how many here? 1, 2 and 3. So probability of an event is equal to 3 by 36. That is equal to 3 ones are 1 by 12. Similarly, you will find for sum is 5, sum is 6, sum is 7, sum is 8, sum is 9, 10, 11 and 12. So you have to see the possibilities here. That is why you have to have the whole table. Got my point? See, for example, when I talk about sum is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4. 1 plus 3 is 4. That means 3 plus 1 also is 4. I will have 3 plus 1 also. Always the reverse thing also will come here. That you should keep in mind. Complete this table. You have understood how to complete this, right? So I hope you have understood this one part. A student argues that there are 11 possible outcomes, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Therefore, each of them has probability 1 by 11. Do you agree with this? Do you think that each of them have a probability 1 by 11 here? No, right? So what answer we have to write here is no, we do not agree with this argument as 11 sums are not equally likely. That's all you have to write. I repeat, you will write no, comma, we do not agree with this argument as the 11 sums are not equally likely. Clear? 23rd one, instead of 23rd, I'll do first 24th. Why? Because 24th is again the similar one only, which I require here. Okay, children? So first we'll do 24th and then we'll go to 23rd sum. I'll write here as 24th. A die is thrown twice. Same thing. What is the probability that, first of all we'll write the total outcomes 36. What is the probability that 5 will not come either of the time? Formula you will write first. What is the probability that 5 will not come either of the time? So either of the time here means it will not appear once or twice, both the time. So how many times it cannot appear? That means remove of this 5 column here. If you remove this 5 column means here, first of all this will become 36 minus 5. Okay. 5 will not come either of the time. First remove this one 5 because here everywhere 5 is there. 5 1, 5 2, 5 3, 5 4, 5 5. 5 times will come here. We'll first write 5 times. Then, in all other part, 5 will appear at least once. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I right? See, here it is appearing, sorry, not 5 times, 6 times. Here it will appear 6 times. See here, for example, if I write 5 1, 5 2, 5 3, 5 4, 5 5 and 5 6. How many times 5 is appearing? Once or twice? 6 times it is appearing. So 6 I have written. Apart from that, in every single line it is appearing at least once. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 5 times. So total 11 times 5 is appearing. Either 1 or twice. So what we will do here is, we have to subtract in that. So how we will write that? Number of favorable outcomes is equal to 36 minus 11, that is 25. Probability of an event is equal to 25 by 36. Keep this as it is. Next, what they have asked, 5 will come up at least once. Now, before I start this with at least and at most, these are very two important concepts in probability. I'll just explain you the meaning of at least and at most. Suppose, assume that you have invited 10 people to the party. So, due to this pandemic corona condition, most of them will not turn up. So, what you expect here is, in this condition, at least 5 should come to the party, and here you will tell at most 5 should come to the party. What do you mean by at least 5 should come? 5 should come. 6 also can come, 7 also can come, 8 also can come, 9 can come, 10 can come, can 11 come? No, because only 10 are invited. At least when we talk about 5 is minimum here, right? Remember, let me go to the at most. At most when I talk about 5 will come. 4 also can come, 3 can come, 2 can come, 1 can come, 0. Nobody also can come. In the at most condition, 5 is maximum. Remember this very well. Now here you don't have any sums most based on at least and at most, but in your examination point of view, they can ask you certain sums. When a coin is tossed, what is the probability that at least once head appears, at least 2 times head appears? That you should know. This is the meaning of at least and at most. Okay. Let us come to this now about at least and at most. What does they tell here? 5 appears at least once. That means 5 should appear once. It can appear twice also. Yes. It can appear thrice also. Not possible because a die is only thrown twice. So only 2 times we will get. So at least once it has to appear. So in how many cases it will appear at least once? Count in everywhere here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is appearing 5 times here. How many times it is appearing here also? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times it is appearing here. Plus 6. 11 times. So answer is 11 by 36. So how we will write this now? Number of favorable you can write the outcomes if you want. Is equal to, so this is 5 plus 6 I will write, is equal to 11. So probability of an event is 11 by 36. Okay. And the next one, 23rd one. That's the only one because 25th is again some writing, a small part what you have to explain and write there. Again consists of tossing a 1 rupee coin thrice. So total number of outcomes. Coin is tossed thrice. Okay. Very well remember that if the coin is tossed thrice, there is a pattern and method to write, how to write the sample space. Always write first 3 heads. Okay. Then what you do is keep 2 heads, replace it by 1 tail. Go on replacing tails with that. Keep 1 head, replace 2 tails now. Replace all by 3 tails. Again the same procedure, go on replacing it by 1 head. 2 tails, 1 head. 1 tail, 2 heads. Now don't replace again 3 heads. 3 heads are already over. 6 over, last possibility. Head, tails, head. Tails, head, tails. It will be 8 outcomes. Randomly if you go on writing, you will miss out some things. If you write it in this pattern, how I have told you, first 3 heads, then 2 heads, go on replacing it by one tail or heads. It is very simple to remember and to write. So total number of outcomes you get here is 8. Now what they have asked. Again consists of tossing a 1 rupee coin twice, 3 times, and noting its outcome each time. Hanif wins if all the tosses give the same result, 3 heads or 3 tails, and loses otherwise. What is the probability that the Hanif loses the game? So first of all, formula. Hanif loses the game. So Hanif loses the game. When does he loses the game? Hanif wins if tosses will give the same result, if heads or tails if they give. He loses if it has a mixed result. So only head and tails is in this condition. Remaining how many you have? 6. Number of favorable outcomes is equal to 6. Probability of an event is equal to 6 by 8. Answer is 3 by 4. Okay. With that we complete this part, and the last one. Which of the following arguments are correct and which are not? Give reasons for your answer. I will discuss these answers here. Writing part again and send me the answers in a PDF. This one part only. If 2 coins are tossed simultaneously. Now you should know when 2 coins are tossed, what is the outcome? Heads, 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 tails, 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 and tails, head. 4 outcomes. If 2 coins are tossed simultaneously, there are 3 possible outcomes. According to them it is. What are those 3 possible outcomes? 2 heads, 2 tails, and or 1 of each. What they are saying here is, you will get 2 heads and 2 tails, or head and tail you will get. But the possibility is head tails or tails head. That they have not given, right? They are assuming this. Therefore, each of these outcomes, the probability is 1 by 3. Answer is incorrect. Why it is incorrect? Because probability is 4. We can get 4 possible outcomes. So probability of an event should be whatever it is 1 by 4, not 1 by 3. Understood? Now by looking at this only, I'll give an answer for this in a statement writing form. Look at the next one. If a die is thrown, there are 2 possible outcomes, an odd number or even number. That's true. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So odd numbers, if I check here, 1, 3, 5 are odd, 2, 4, 6 are even. Therefore, the probability of getting an odd number is always 1 by 2. Is that so? Let us check. How many odd numbers are there? 3. 3 by 6. Answer is 1 by 2. Correct. They are asking us whether it is correct statement or wrong statement. Second statement is correct. But still we have to explain and write. That explanation I will be sending in the PDF. So with that we complete the chapter probability, but still we are left with optional exercise. Optional exercise will be done in the tomorrow session.